The alien prince's mockery, Prince Zalkar, sat at the apex of his gleaming throne, a seat of power crafted from the rarest metals of his empire. His golden armor shimmered as the soft hum of the Zorax flagship echoed through the vast, empty corridors. His eyes burned with pride as he looked out at the map of stars stretching across the display in front of him. His empire, the Zorax Dominion, stretched across countless star systems, casting a long shadow over the galaxy. To him, there was no equal. Zalkar had heard whispers of humanity, primitive, barbaric creatures that somehow survived on a violent, untamed world. He dismissed them as a curiosity at best. They were nothing but an anomaly in the galactic scale, a species that had somehow managed to endure the harsh conditions of Earth. But no matter how resilient they could not stand against the Zorax. The Zorax, masters of technology, conquerors of worlds, would crush them effortlessly. When Zalkar first heard of a human colony on the fringe of Zorax space, he decided it was time to teach these primitive beings a lesson. He ordered his fleet to make an example of them, to wipe them off the face of the galaxy. His command was simple: crush them, show them their place in the universe. But as his fleet approached the human colony, Zalkar couldn't help but smirk. He was about to show the galaxy why the Zorax were unstoppable, why nothing could stand in their way. The secret humanity holds. Beneath the surface of Earth's primitive society, humanity had long been unaware of the hidden power that lay beneath their feet. For centuries, ancient civilizations, alien races from long before humanity's rise, had left behind clues, remnants of their advanced technologies, hidden in the deepest corners of the planet. These alien relics were seen as strange anomalies, sometimes worshipped, sometimes feared, but never fully understood. But as humanity evolved, they began to unlock these mysteries. Scientists, engineers, and archaeologists, in secret laboratories and underground bunkers, pieced together the knowledge of these forgotten civilizations. Over time, humanity learned how to manipulate this ancient technology. Advanced energy weapons, shields that could withstand even the most powerful strikes, and stealth technologies that defied the very laws of physics. President Eleanor Hayes, a brilliant tactician and leader, knew that humanity's greatest strength was not in their sheer numbers or military might, but in their ability to learn and adapt. In a hidden military command center on Earth, she oversaw the final preparations for the coming invasion. The Zorax, with all their advanced technology, would be met with weapons they had never seen before. As Zalkar's fleet descended toward Earth, humanity's response was swift. The human fleet, now equipped with the very technology that the Zorax thought themselves beyond, launched a counterattack with military precision. Zalkar's arrogance clouded his judgment. He had no idea what he was about to face. The first strike Zalkar watched from his flagship, his hands trembling with anticipation. His fleet began its descent toward Earth, its enormous ships blotting out the sun as they entered the planet's atmosphere. The human forces, no doubt, would attempt to defend their world, but Zalkar was confident in their inevitable defeat. After all, how could mere humans stand against the overwhelming power of the Zorax Empire? The first shots were fired. The Zorax fleet unleashed its full might upon Earth's defenses, planetary shields, heavy bombardment cannons, and tactical lasers. But what Zalkar didn't account for was humanity's secret weapon, the ancient alien technology embedded in their defenses. The human warships, appearing out of nowhere, cloaked by their newly developed stealth technology, launched a series of devastating counterattacks. The Zorax flagship, a behemoth in its own right, was the first to fall. A single, expertly aimed blast from the human fleet pierced its shields and ripped through its hull. Zalkar's flagship was engulfed in flames, its systems faltering as human ships continued to rain fire upon them. Zalkar was stunned. He had underestimated them. "This cannot be. They should be bowing, not fighting back," he hissed, his heart pounding. The humans were not cowering in fear. They were fighting back, viciously, strategically, and with a determination he had not expected. The battle for Earth raged on, the skies over the planet filled with the wreckage of Zorak's ships. The Zorak's forces were retreating, their once pristine warships now torn and broken. The humans had done the impossible. They had stopped the mighty Zorak's empire in its tracks. The humbling of Zalkar's pride had been shattered. For the first time in his life, he felt the bitter sting of defeat. His fleet had been decimated, and he had been forced to retreat from Earth. In his mind, there was no question about humanity had proven itself an enemy. He would return to Earth with everything at his disposal, and this time, he would not fail. "Prepare the armada," Zalkar growled. "We will wipe them from the stars." But as his forces regrouped and he prepared for another assault on Earth, a small part of him, an instinct perhaps, began to gnaw at him. He couldn't ignore the fact that the humans had a resilience unlike anything he had seen before. They had fought with no hope of victory, and yet they had won. Zalkar called upon his most trusted generals. "What do we know of their technology?" he demanded. "Why were they able to fight us so effectively?" His top strategist, General Thok, stepped forward, his face a grim mask. "We underestimated them, my prince. They have weapons that defy our understanding, energy-based attacks that bypass our shields, cloaking devices that make them nearly invisible, and advanced armor that can withstand our firepower." Zalkar's eyes widened. "And where did they acquire such technology?" "They've been uncovering ancient alien relics for centuries, my lord. Technology that has been lost to the galaxy for millennia. They've adapted it, integrated it into their military, and now they have a power we cannot comprehend." Zalkar clenched his fists in fury. "Then we will take that technology for ourselves. We will crush them." The turning tide Zalkar returned to Earth with an even greater fleet, determined to break the humans once and for all. But this time he wasn't just coming with sheer force. This time he had the full might of the Zorak's empire behind him, along with a cunning plan to neutralize humanity's technological advantage. But what Zalkar didn't realize was that the humans had been preparing too. Their military leadership, headed by Admiral Kira Stone, had known this moment would come. They had spent years reverse engineering more ancient technology, improving their shields, and developing countermeasures to the Zorak's advanced weapons. Zalkar's fleet arrived above Earth, ready to unleash hell. They were met with an unexpected response. The human fleet, bolstered by their alien tech, moved with unmatched precision. Cloaked ships launched surprise attacks, appearing from nowhere to strike at the heart of the Zorak's fleet. Their advanced weapons pierced the Zorak's shields, and human warships now moved with a terrifying efficiency. The Zorak's fleet was beginning to break. One by one, their ships were destroyed, torn apart by humanity's ingenuity. Zalkar could not believe it. This wasn't the result he had planned for. His forces, once invincible, were being dismantled by a species he had once considered beneath notice. The final lesson. The battle raged on for days. The Zorak's, once confident in their superiority, were now on the defensive, scrambling to save what little remained of their fleet. Zalkar knew he was losing. His pride, his empire, all of it was slipping through his fingers. He had underestimated humanity, and now he would pay the price. In the final moments of the battle, with the Zorak's flagship burning in space, Zalkar was captured. Admiral Kira Stone, the leader of the human forces, boarded his ship, her face grim. She stepped into his chamber, her expression unwavering as she gazed upon the once proud prince. "You thought you could conquer us. You thought we were nothing, more than insects too weak to fight back," she said, her voice calm but resolute. "But now you see the truth." Zalkar, broken and humbled, could only stare in disbelief as his empire crumbled around him. I don't understand. How could this happen?" "You underestimated humanity," Kira replied. "We're not just survivors. We're builders, innovators, and fighters. And when you push us, we fight harder than anyone else in the galaxy." Zalkar was exiled, his empire lost. And the galaxy now knew the truth. Humanity, the once overlooked species from a death world, had risen to become the most formidable force in the galaxy. No one would ever underestimate them again.